What a nice day to have in Satisfactory. Oh shit. Phone's ringing. FICSIT mandatory auditor report. Yeah, sure, pick up. Hello, this is Kareem from Planet Massage 2 speaking.
Pioneer 3, we have received reports that it is taking you significantly longer than projected to finalize the space elevator deliverables. The Directorate has initiated this mandatory remote audit to evaluate your factory infrastructure, workflow throughput, and operational efficiency.
What do you mean it's taking me long? I'm doing everything I can, sir.
Your excuses are noted but irrelevant to FICSIT efficiency standards, Pioneer 3. This initial feed reveals severe gross spatial negligence. Your layout has a non-compliant, inefficient footprint.
What do you mean? Why are you talking like that about my layout? I'll walk you through it right now.
Very well. Proceed with the walkthrough. I am documenting observed inefficiencies for the report. Keep your helmet steady, Pioneer 3. Excessive movement disrupts the visual analysis.
What would you like to see first? See, here, I'm doing the panels, the sheets. I don't know what they call them in corporate, sir. But this is the sheets factory. What do you think?
Precise corporate terminology designates those as iron plates, Pioneer 3. Your visual feed reveals chaotic conveyor routing, indicative of severe spatial negligence. Correct this immediately to mitigate further suboptimal throughput.
What do you mean, negligence? I'm doing everything I can. Sir.
Your perception of maximum effort is clearly mismatched with FICSIT standards. We are assessing key performance indicators, not intentions. Proceed with the tour, and try not to cause more operational friction.
I'm sorry about that. As you can see, I have two smelters here going, one through the sheet iron plates, I'm sorry, what you call them, and the second one is doing iron rods, and after the iron rods is doing screws, and after the screws, it's going into this assembler so we can make reinforced iron plates. Oh no, I forgot to say, I'll just take them away.
Manually extracting components from production assemblers is highly non-compliant, Pioneer 3. This demonstrates a complete lack of workflow synergy and a gross spatial negligence of automated systems. Correct this bottleneck immediately.
When you mean immediately, should I correct right now while we're in call? Or is your time limited? Are you going to stay? How long will the call be? I don't know. It says it's a 10-minute call, but I can't fix it right now. It takes time to fix, sir.
Do not lecture me on operational bandwidth, Pioneer 3. Immediate correction means this failure should not have existed in the first place. We are documenting current KPI failures. Adjust your workflow parameters accordingly.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Okay, sir. This is my second iron ore miner, and it's doing something else, as you can see here. I'm extracting iron ores, making it into iron sheets here, and these iron sheets are also going. Oh, I think there's a blockade here. We need more nails. I'm sorry you saw that, sir. But yeah, and also we're doing more iron plates here, and they're going into this storage, as you can see.
This observed blockage constitutes a catastrophic KPI failure. They're designated screws, Pioneer 3. Terminology non-compliance is also a violation. Your video feed demonstrates gross spatial negligence in belting logic.
I'm so sorry about that. I'll just continue the tour. Noted. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I'm drinking my coffee. And as you can see here, we're doing iron rods, and the rods are just going directly into the storage. Because as you know, I'm one man alone on this planet, and I can't do everything at once. So I'm just keeping them here until I want them.
Pioneer 3, storing basic deliverables shows a complete lack of automation synergy. You are creating substantial bandwidth bottlenecks by not utilizing direct-to-assembler routing. FICSIT does not tolerate suboptimal throughput.
Sir, I'm so sorry about that. Let me show you my electricity next. My factory, my electric factory, my generation electric factory. So, as you know, we'll have limited resources of leaves and wood. So I'm feeding those in this wooden box, and then they're turning into biomass, and then I'm turning them again into biofuel. And then after that, they go down here so I can feed my generation. I apologize for the jankiness of it.
Pioneer 3, your reliance on manually sourced organic particulates demonstrates a profound lack of automated synergy. This archaic methodology creates catastrophic bandwidth bottlenecks for stable power output, ensuring substantial suboptimal throughput.
You're 100%, sir, but what can I do? You haven't given me permission for coal factory yet. This is all I have. Everything I can do is just collect leaves and wood. Will you give me permission for coal, sir?
Excuse noted, Pioneer 3. FICSIT metrics do not account for developmental delays. They measure results. Your current KPI failure and power continuity remains non-compliant. Proceed with the inspection walkthrough.
So sorry about that. This is my stone factory. So I'm taking limestone and turning it into concrete. And then I'm just storing it here, as you can see. Just for now.
Pioneer 3, your for now justification is transparent corporate camouflage for suboptimal throughput. This direct-to-storage concrete workflow demonstrates non-compliant operational synergy. Adjust your visor. The visual clutter is disruptive.
I'm so sorry. I'm kind of nervous. This is my first call with corporate, sir. Sorry about that. This is here where I dispose of the stuff. But I'm not going to linger here. I'm going to show you the copper, what I have done with copper mine.
Your emotional state is not a tracked KPI, Pioneer 3. This disposal methodology appears to indicate actionable deliverable dumping, a severe resource synergy failure. Redirect your feed to the copper infrastructure immediately.
You're 100% right, sir. Sorry about that. This is my first copper field till now. So copper mine, and I have 2 smelters running right here. As you can see, they're doing copper ingots so very efficiently. You'll be very happy about it. And then I'm splitting them into 3 because, as you know, copper is very cheap to maintain with the wires. So we need 3 to be back into 2, basically. And then after that, I'm putting them inside the constructor to make cables. Also, you like this one. As a corporate mine myself, I know you like this one. I don't know how to get up there.
Refinement in terminology is required, Pioneer 3. Efficient would imply synergized throughput, but your feed displays non-compliant footprints and gross spatial negligence regarding intersecting geological and botanical entities.
You mean about something like this, sir? Again, I don't know how to do better stuff, sir. Let me just. I'm very sorry. So again, the extra copper is going up here, and I'm turning it into copper sheets because I'm thinking for the future, sir. I know we will need copper sheets, sir. Are you happy? Are you happy for me, sir? Are you happy by me?
Approval and happiness are not recognized metrics, Pioneer 3. Your focus on storing copper seats for speculative future utilization is a bandwidth bottleneck. It constitutes a significant suboptimal throughput failure in direct workflow synergy. Proceed with the audit.
Sir, what synergy, sir? I don't know what to do with the copper sheets for now. I'm still new to this planet. I don't have any memories, sir, yet. Oh yeah, and I'm doing cables right here. But I'm also keeping them inside the storage container. Oh fuck, I have so many. You're gonna berate me. You're gonna give me an F score on this.
Pioneer 3, your premonition regarding your performance metrics is perhaps the only efficient process observed. Per Direction 4892, the mandatory remote audit grading is as follows.
What's the rating, sir?
Pioneer 3, your demand for clarification of established data is a further strain on Directorate resources. Your overall compliance grade is dash. This indicates a total KPI failure and gross spatial negligence, necessitating immediate corporate restructuring. Disconnect the feed now. Any further bandwidth usage by your grid is non-compliant.
Sir, but just before I could disconnect, can I say one thing?
Unauthorized verbalization is not recognized in standard operational bandwidth, Pioneer 3. Disconnect the feed now, as ordered. Any further communication is a direct violation of FICSIT directives.
Okay.
Terminating.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for attending this mandatory evaluation call. Refusal to participate was not an option and would have resulted in immediate contract termination and Pioneer deactivation. Remember, FICSIT Inc. values efficiency above all, where sleep is non-compliant and resting is illegal. Have a productive shift, Pioneer 3.
Thank you. Oh man, I made corporate very, very mad. I think it was because I killed that HR lady. She tried to attack me first, though. I don't know what to do. I have to maximize my efficiency more, I'm guessing. I don't want them to call me again. They're very scary. Because if I don't have that space elevator in right now, they want it yesterday. They literally want it yesterday. They asked for it yesterday, and I still don't have it. Oh, that director's gonna get mad at me. I'll figure something.